Today we are doing 1011 combined transformations. So I just want to remind you of the three different types of transformations that we've seen so far. We have a reflection where we reflected over the x or the y axis, or sometimes it was over the line y equals x. We have a rotation where we rotated it 180 degrees, 90 degrees, or 270 degrees at the origin. And we had a translation where we moved up or down or to the left, right, and it was the same size. We didn't dilate it or anything, and we just moved it over. So these are the three that we are going to use when we're combining our transformations. You won't see any dilations for these. That would be more complicated. So we're going to look here at our first example, number 1. And it says compare final image to original. Describe a combination of two transformations that could have produced the final image. So let's look here. We have our original image in black here. So right here is our original image, and I know it's my original one because I don't have any primes next to A, B, C, or D. But then when we look, we have an image here in red, which is our final image. And we're trying to figure out how we were able to move this one over here. So if you can kind of see, it's definitely been rotated because here is AD and here is AD for this image. And it looks like it might have been translated a little bit. So if we're trying to figure out where was it able to rotate. So in order to rotate this so that they line up correctly, you would have had to have moved it down over to the left 4 and up 3 in order for that rotation to take place. And I feel that this is really hard for some people to see. And so I have taught this in the past where we use something called patty paper. And it's kind of like that hamburger paper that's really thin, or like tissue paper. And we traced the original object and we were able to move it around to see like how to rotate it and how to translate it so that it matched up. So that might be something that you want to think about using for these. But I cannot show you how to use patty paper on a computer screen, unfortunately. So let's do this one without the patty paper, but I do recommend that if you're struggling seeing the translations or the transformations, how I would recommend that's a tool that you can use in order to figure out how it was rotated or translated. So we have our original here, which are these points that you see, A, B, C, and D. And I know that I need to translate it, and I am going to translate it, and I'll write it right here. My translation is going to be to the left 4 and up 3. So if you remember when doing that, you are going to add or subtract depending. Here we're going to subtract 4, so my A prime is going to be negative 4, 2. And my B is going to be 2, 2. And again, I'm just, for the 6, I'm subtracting 4, and the negative 1, I'm adding 3. My C prime is going to be 3, negative 4. And my D prime is going to be negative 3, negative 2. So that's the first translation or first transformation, and we translated it. So now once I translate that, I will notice that all I have to do is rotate it. So we can plot these points so it's easier for you to see. Negative 4, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 would be right here. This would be our A. Our 2, 2, 2, 2 would be right here. That would be our B. And 3, negative 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 be about right here. And I should be writing primes next to these. And D is -3, -2. This would be our D. So if we were literally to pick this object up and move it up 3 and over to the left 4, we would now have this image. Bear with me with my drawing. And so then we would need to rotate it. And when we rotated it 90 degrees, it would now match what's in red. So we're now going to rotate this 90 degrees. And if you remember your formula for 90 degrees, and I'll write it over here, it is your original, and then you're going to go ahead and flip them around and change the sign of the first one. So here we're gonna have a second prime, and you're gonna flip it. It's 2, -4, and you have to change that sign. B prime 2, you're gonna flip those around, and again change the sign of the first one. C second prime, you're gonna flip those around and change the sign of the first one. And D prime, you're going to flip those around so that it's 2, -3, and again I changed the sign of the first one. So now those points should match up with what I have here in red. So that's how you would do these ones. I feel that these are hard. You only have 2 of them on your practice. The next one we're going to do, I think, is a lot easier. Let me show you that one. So for the second one, it says apply the given combination of the transformations to the figure to create an image, then graph. So this time it gives you what it wants you to do to create the new image. Instead of having to find the directions, it's giving you the directions, and then you just have to draw the translated or the transformation. So here it says reflect over the x-axis, then translate right 5 units and up 3 units. So first you're going to reflect over the x-axis, then you're going to move right 5 and up 3. So all we have to do is follow the directions instead of finding the directions, which, like I said, I think is a lot easier. That's my opinion. Maybe you feel differently. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to write out these points so that I can go ahead and do this. And I think I did it down here, so let's move a little bit further. It's hard for me to fit everything on the screen here. So those are my original image points. And so the directions said, if you remember at the top, that we are first going to reflect over the x-axis. So we have to remember our rules for a reflection. So with a reflection, if you're flipping over the x-axis, you are going to use the formula, whatever your x comma y was, you're going to have the same x value but a negative or opposite y value. So let's do that reflection real quick. So we're going to have 1, -3, change the sign, 5, -3, 5, -6, and 1, -5. And that would be the reflection. Then you go ahead, and I'll do this in a different color, you're going to do the translation. So the translation, if you remember, you had your x, y, and it said that we were going to move to the right 5 units and up 3. So that's the formula or the rule. So we can go ahead and do that. So we're going to add 5 to 1. So we're going to go ahead and get 6. And I'm just going to go down the line here. Add 5 to 5, we get 10. Add 5 to 5, we get 10. Add 5 to 1, we get 6. Let's go ahead and look at the y values. We're going to add 3 to those. So -3 plus 3 is 0. -3 plus 3 is 0. -6 plus 3 is -3. And -5 plus 3 is -2. So now in blue, we have our image. So we can go ahead and graph it because we already rotated it, or excuse me, not rotated it. We already reflected it and we did our translation. So now we followed all the rules. So we go ahead and graph those points. And I'm going to move my graph down a little bit as far as I can and still keeping those points on there. So 6, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to be my D prime. And 10, 0. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So over 10, 0. And that is going to be our E prime. And then we have 10, -3. So we're over 10, down 3. So 1, 2, 3. And that is F prime. And then we have 6, 2, -2, excuse me, which is right here. And that is our G prime. And I'm going to go ahead and, oops, I'm sorry. I have a hard time balancing it on this computer, but let me get that a little straighter. Okay, so there is my image. After I did my reflection and my translation, I graphed it. So that is the second half, which like I said, I think is a little easier.